Here we go.
This is my speaking outline. As you can see, I made some slight alterations as I've been practicing my speech. Imagine watching a football game where there are no commercial breaks. You have 70,000 people singing your specific team's chants, and you taunt the visiting supporters with these witty songs. Every time the ball gets close to either goal, the excitement in the stadium rises to a crescendo. The excitement either erupts into euphoria or fades into either relief that you weren't scored on, or sadness that there was no goal. I think by now you figured out I'm not talking about American football, but I'm talking about what you Americans like to call soccer. Today I'd like to explain why I feel soccer is a more fun game to watch and to play than American football. First of all, there are no commercial breaks in soccer. You play for 45 minutes, then there's a 15-minute break where you can catch your breath, and your coach can make slight tactical alterations so you can come up for your second half and make it better. The second half is also 45 minutes, so all in all you play for 90 minutes and then the game is over. At a football game, there's a better atmosphere. You have 70,000 people singing and praising your team in chorus. You have this witty alteration between you and the supporting fans, where you have this singing banter back and forth, where you try to find clever insults against each other, and you try to outwit each other, and it's a lot of fun to listen and to actually partake in. There's a subtle violence in soccer that you don't see in any other sport. It's a lot of people think it's actually filming, it's theatrics, but it's not. Imagine running down a field at full sprint, just sprinting as fast as you can, and someone just lightly taps your foot. You're gonna fall, and you're gonna fall spectacularly. And there's not only that. You also have the elbow to the face as you're jumping up to head a ball. You have the sliding studs up tackle that will sweep a guy's legs from under him. You have also, when you're going up for the ball, you headbutt them in the face or in the back of the head, and you have all kinds of violence, but it's subdued because you're trying to get away with it. Because if the ref sees it, you're out. Scoring is more important in soccer. It's a lot more important. There's no other game where one goal matters so much. There's an excitement as the ball gets closer to your opponent's net. There's this anxiety as it gets closer to your goal. And once the ball hits that net, you either erupt into euphoria or you go down into despair that you were scored on, because that might be the goal that decides the whole game. There is no such thing in any other sport. Penalty kicks. Now they put everything on edge. A professional soccer player should be able to make that penalty 10 out of 10 times if there is no pressure. Any other time he will make the shot, but once there is some importance to the goal, maybe the game is riding on you making that penalty, maybe the whole tournament you've been playing rides on you making that penalty. If you miss, you lose the game. Now that's a mental thing. You have to have a strong mentality to be able to make that goal. So it's not just skill with the ball, it's also strong head. Local derbies. I'm obviously not talking about a horse racing here. A local derby in soccer is when two rival teams from the same area or the same city play each other. Either they I'm sorry, the dog was doing some crazy stuff. The supporters go nuts. The media hype it up, and you have friends that are supporting your team. You have other friends that support the other team, and you in the middle. Which one do you support? So you banter with your friends, and it's just huge. And once you give your rival a good trouncing, there is no other feeling like it. You might trounce your rival in a local derby, might feel better than winning the league. It's just an amazing feeling. And those are just some of the things about watching the game. but I also believe that soccer is a better game to play. And I'm going to give you some of the reasons why. It's, once again, soccer is global. You can play it anywhere. You can play it in your backyard, you can play it in the front, in the street. Doesn't matter. You don't need any extra equipment. You don't need, heck, you didn't even need shoes. The other day, I had flip-flops, so I couldn't play with them with my kids. So I took them off and I played bare feet. Not a problem. It's a lot of fun. And I'd also like to talk about why I feel that soccer produces better athletes than football players. They're more physically fit. In American football, you play for 60 minutes, and you have the offense and the defense. So let's say you play for 30 minutes. You have breaks. You have breaks when there's a commercial break. You have breaks when there's an injury. You have breaks when there's a turnover. You have breaks when there's points scored. You have breaks all the time, and a play only lasts 5 to 10 seconds, and then you get to relax. In soccer, you play for 45 minutes, 15 minutes off, 45 minutes, and you run the whole time. You're more physically fit. It also takes more skill to be a soccer player. If you think about it, if someone threw a football at you, and you went out into the backyard and started playing American football, you'd be pretty good at it. You'd do it pretty well, because you're used to using your hands. But in soccer, you're not used to that. So it needs a lot of practice to be good at it, because, I mean, who doesn't use their hands? You can only use your feet, your chest, and your head. I mean, it's really hard. You need practice to do it well. And soccer athletes are more attractive. They don't have to alter their bodies to play soccer. All they have to do is get into shape. They need to be more fit. In football, you have to either be really strong, you have to build the muscles, maybe you have to build the fat to be able to stand on that line. You have to alter your body to be able to perform your role in the game to the best of your ability. They also wear, in soccer, they also wear less clothing. Obviously, they don't have the pads, they don't have anything like that, so you ladies should like that. Anyways, those are some of the things that I feel make soccer a better sport. I've been in America for 2 years now, and I've gotten an appreciation of American football, but at the end of the day, I think me and the rest of the world will agree that soccer is the better sport. It's more fun, it's more interesting, and it's more exciting. And I'd like to thank you for listening to me today, and have a good evening. Thank you.